in the port, and we have 0%. It is charging once again. This Infinix S, I think it's an Infinix S5, cannot charge. So let me just show you what it is doing. And let me plug in my charger right in. So when you plug in the charger, just a moment, yes, upside up, nothing, there's actually nothing on screen. And to show you that this phone actually works, let me try to actually power it on and show you that it will stop at showing that battery warning, battery low warning. So nothing much happens after that. When I plug in the USB, nothing happens. So today we are going to fix an Infinix S5 that is not willing to charge, and so let's get to it. And therefore we have to get to the charging system. That means we have to open this phone. So let me disconnect my charger, and first of all let me also remove this tray. I believe it must be the SIM card tray, and SIM card tray and memory card. I don't like it when people leave me with their lines. It's just not right. It's very easy for me to lose them, seeing that I have a lot of things to deal with. Now to open this phone, I have to get in between here and the frame, and then just pry it apart like that, like that, like that. We're coming there, like that. And yeah, if I go off the camera, please bear with me, because I get taken up by the repair and I forget I'm actually giving you a tutorial, but it's non-intentional. So let's get it in there, and you can see that it's gaping. So basically that's how it is opening. But then remember, there's a fingerprint sensor, so even when we want to open it, just push it back in. I know I don't like that, but certain models it's beneficial. And so we have come out, and I see the camera frame. I think it was opened and this wasn't screwed back in place. That's why it was coming off the back frame. Anyways, since I'm not the first person inside, that means it's going to be a bit challenging, but I am interested in the lower board. So let me open that part and put it right there. Open this. So I'm just interested in the lower part of it, because I'm interested in the charging subboard, and therefore by extension the charging port. And unscrew that, that gets out. Unscrew this also gets out, then that one, and then this gets out. So that is out of place. Then I'm disconnecting that fiber. Next thing is to disconnect this coaxial cable right there. And okay, I've just noticed that I should start setting up my soldering iron, getting it ready to do the work. So I am going to lift this out, and I think there's adhesive there. I think I just clipped my now I need to open this, so you pick out that vibrator right in there. I encourage you to first warm it, because there's a adhesive underneath, because you don't really want to kill the vibrator itself. At times the adhesive is still too deep. Okay, that's not the kind held by wire, so it should have not been a worry. And this has adhesive underneath. Oh yeah, you lift it from the side outward, not from the front side. And so, having said that, let me actually put back my vibrator in place. And then we are therefore interested in this charging subboard, and let me get my soldering iron ready and come back. So we are back, and I want to examine the port to see, is it really fine? Wow, These guys overheated this thing. It even turned sideways. Oh, this is flax. That's why soldering paste. That's to allow the solder easily move about as I apply heat, and that means it's there to improve the workability. Now, I think I've done this repair before. So one of the terminals I'm going to swap to and fro. This is the first terminal. Then the other extreme terminal. So now what's next? We need to trim off that melted plastic a bit, so that I can proceed to solder that last terminal. I don't think it has been dealt with well, and just so having done that, I'm going to clear off again that excess, just to be certain. And then again, I need some linear fold of solder at the tip, and then put some of the solder paste. Then again, swap to and fro. This is just to ensure that I am thorough. Yes. Okay. Now I'm hoping that contact is thorough. And just now I need to strengthen the anchor points. And where's my solder? This is the anchor point. Just put enough of it so that it is already sufficiently enough to anchor it in place under all weather, ideally. Okay. Okay. Like that. I feel that's sufficient. Now I am going to plug it into power and then connect and see what the result is. So I'm going to plug in my subboard into place, just like that, there, and then bring this into place. And then, having done that, I now need to bring my charger to test. So let me go dim on one side for the sake of the charger and charging icon being seen. Now I'm going to plug in. So I'm plug in. See what becomes of that. It gives me the charging icon. I hope it provides me a percentage. So basically all I've done is resolder the positive and negative terminals. Those were the extreme pins. I will link another video right there in the corner that will help you, actually a playlist for charging problems, and you should be able to fix those. So let me get back to this, and so the next stage is I am going to close this. So let me plug in my coaxial cable. It's very easy to forget this. Anyway, we have already solved the problem, but now we're just covering. So at this point, I think I should ask you to subscribe, because I think it gives me courage that someone is actually in need of what I'm doing, and therefore they are watching. Okay, I noticed this former guy who went in doesn't know where to run the coaxial cable from. I don't know whether he killed the other coaxial cable and he improvised, or that's where this is supposed to sit. Okay, definitely not, because it looks longer than should be, and therefore how do I squeeze in the extra length? Where do I squeeze the extra length? Okay, I don't clearly see where to squeeze the extra length, but anyway, let me draw it from this side. Let me just do this. Pull this right here. I know this could actually affect how the speaker sounds, but I guess not many people look into that, because this enclosure has a seal that lanes it to create that air tightness that gives these small speakers a subwoofer like effect. Okay, bear with me as I try to run this coaxial cable along this groove on the frame or chassis of the phone. I know I just want to go all the way and close the phone, and then again show you that it is actually charging and perfectly. This lady says she has attempted fixing this charging system 3 times, but to no avail. Anyways, and these are some of the things you need to know. A charging system problem can be as simple as you have observed me do it, if you are well versed with what you're dealing with. Yep. So let it run through the groove all the way to this side. I get the feeling this area should be enough for me to fold this excess length into somewhere there on the side of on the sides of the battery. So I think it goes without saying that when you do a repair, do not attempt to just get functionality, but try to also achieve reliability, because the things are going to be used in the real world and not simply used at that point when you test and show that it is working, only to fail the next minute. Yeah, so some of those are things that I think all of you should be able to accomplish without being told. Anyways, we are closing up the phone, and what I shall do, you notice that it was at 0. I shall plug in the charger. Okay, this screw looks very long, and I fear it would go all the way and perforate the screen. Now let me put that right there. I am distributing them because it turns out the screws are fewer than should be there, courtesy of the first person who found himself in here. But anyway, I'm putting mostly at the peripheries where I think it is consequential that we should have screws. And seeing that this is long, I am going to trim it to a length that I feel is safe, and that is using pliers. Okay, when wearing gloves, I think my fingers are not at their best, so you will have to painfully watch me struggle with holding a tiny screw so that I could just put in a little bit of it. Okay, it's harder than I think it should be. Okay, this is when I wish I just had my magnet that had the extra screws that I tend to have lying around for moments like this when I need a screw to come to my okay, I think this is and oh okay, didn't fly very far. And these are the two fragments. I'm interested in that, and let me pick it. That's not the screw I'm using, so let me use this, and then yeah, so I feel that is sufficient. I've distributed along the peripheries, and now the next stage is to bring the back cover. And before we bring the back cover, we need to return our fingerprint sensor in place. It's something you could easily omit and then realize after you have put the back cover and have to come back all the way. It's painful having to repeat a stage. It's just not right. So whenever you're placing the back cover, observe where the buttons are and begin with that side, such that the buttons just sit onto the buttons, and then you can now press the remainder of the edges of the phone into place. So having said that, let me now plug in the phone to just show you that it is charging once again. Bring our charger, plug it into the socket right there, and we wait for our charging icon. We see the Thunderbolt come. Let's wait for the percentage that will prove to us that this is firmly in the port, and we have 0%. So let me let it charge for about 5 minutes and come back and see if the percentage has risen. And if it is so, then yeah, that's how you have to solve your problem. Actually, most charging problems are that simple, but only made complicated by the first person that attempts to fix it. Thanks for watching. I still remind you to subscribe. Oh, by the way, like, even if you're not going to subscribe, please just click on the like button on the video. That helps this video get recommended to more people who may benefit from it, and it also goes without saying that I do benefit that you click the like button. So let's go for our 5-minute recess and return. So you can notice that we have increased to 1% when we wake it, 1%, but I'll still again return. The light is sharing the same source as the charger, hence the speed. Okay, so let's check again what percentage we are at. 2%. So this shows us that we are charging. And now let me turn off the lights and let it only charge. Let the charger only supply power to charge the phone. Please do remember to subscribe. I shall reiterate that, and always come back to check for new videos, and that will be every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday. Thank you. Phone lookout. See you in the next video. Yep, see you in the next video. Why are you still here?